Mnemonics are memory aids such as rhymes or words to help us remember something. For example, you may have heard this rhyme for remembering how to spell the word difficulty. Mrs. D, Mrs. I, Mrs. FFI, Mrs. C, Mrs. U, Mrs. LTY. Repeating this rhyme helps you to remember it, and therefore how to spell difficulty. Mrs. D, Mrs. I, Mrs. FFI, Mrs. C, Mrs. U, Mrs. LTY. Memory aids are particularly useful for spelling unusual or difficult words. They can also be used to distinguish between two words. Look at the two words here and here. They sound the same, but have different meanings and are spelt differently. You hear with your ear. The word here contains the word ear. Now look at the words lose and loose. Some people have difficulty remembering which contains one O and which contains two. If you remember the word game, my tooth is loose, you'll see that both tooth and loose contain two O's. And finally, try remembering this one. Rhymes help your memory expand, and you'll never forget how to spell the word rhyme again.